Hello and welcome to the show. Today we are going to be discussing content marketing ideas for real estate in Abuja. Before we continue, apologies because I'm making today's recording at home. It's a weekend, everybody's home, the kids are home, so you're going to hear some noise in the background. Now, the reason why we're looking at content marketing ideas for real estate in Abuja is because it's 2026 and I think the real estate community is more active, more gingered, again, just like they were in 2025. So, a listener of the podcast, let's call him Lucky Dube. Again, not his real name. Um, where was I? Okay, yeah, anyway, let's just call him Lucky Dube. That's not his real name. Lucky Dube is based in Abuja and wants to do YouTube content. And he reached out to me because he wants to know what is the best way to begin. In particular, he has notes on land banking. Don't worry, I'll explain that concept later. Land banking. So he has some notes on land banking, and basically, he just wants to know how to translate all these ideas into a content marketing strategy on YouTube that should get him clients to boost his real estate practice in Abuja. And then I've been telling you guys that, I'm open to giving free consulting. So I asked him straight up, are you looking for free advice? Or do you want to make this a paid session so that I can work with you every step of the way? And he said, let's start for free. I said, okay, no problem. But just like I tell you guys, if it's going to be a free session, then you are entitled to one question and one question only. Now, the reason why I keep stressing that you're entitled to one question only is because I want you guys to think really hard about the question that you're going to ask. Because if you have one free question, there's no point in asking a question that is not really, you understand, not really an important question, not really a serious question. So he had one question and he said he was ready. And he asked the question, and just like I feared, unfortunately, he asked the least valuable question that he could ask. His question was about equipment. His question was about microphones. And to be honest, if you're thinking of starting using content marketing in your business, you want to start a YouTube channel, you want to start a blog, you want to start a podcast, you want to start a something to grow your sales, and you reach out to me. Honestly speaking, asking me about equipment is the least valuable question you could have asked me, especially since that's the kind of information that you can find readily just by using AI tools or researching on YouTube or something. You can find those kinds of answers easily. Oh, by the way, just in case you want to reach out like Lucky Dube, you can call me, send me a text message or a WhatsApp message on 080-6466-2140, and I'm open to chatting. Remember, if you're looking for free coaching, then you'll only have a shot at one question. So think really hard before you reach out. Then, okay, so this was my answer to him basically. So I said, yeah, it's a good idea. Video, YouTube, especially building it around this idea of land banking, that is not a problem, not a bad idea. Then, also remember, I'm going to explain what land banking means later on. And then I told him that contrary to what most people believe, because when most people are thinking about a YouTube channel, they focus a lot on the camera and the lighting. But actually, when it comes to YouTube or when it comes to video content, the audio is the most important thing. I know some of you didn't get that, but let me repeat. When it comes to video content, when it comes to YouTube, the audio is the most important thing. Because your video can look tight, your video can be sweet, but if people can't hear what it is that you're saying, they will skip through. And the moment people begin to skip on your video, you understand, people they walk up past, the algorithm will say, oh, this video is not valuable, and it will not share it to other people. So when you want to start, his instincts were right actually. You should be prioritizing audio quality. 9 pay pass in the beginning, audio quality. So like this podcast that we're making right now, it's only audio. But if it were a video podcast and the lighting was correct, but my audio was crap, you guys won't stay here. You'd move on and you'd look for another podcast. So I told him, test your phone's internal audio and see. If it's not cool, then you can, I told him he can go and buy microphones at Ebano. Ebano is a shop How will I put it now? It's a store. They have branches in Abuja, in Lagos, and in the east. So and they sell affordable microphones there. The microphone that I got that I'm using right now costs 7,200. It's a wired microphone. I've already explained the reason why I picked that. And they have other versions all the way up to about 250,000 naira, 350,000 naira, for wireless microphones and stuff like that. So depending on your budget, just go to Ebano. And by the way, it's not as if Ebano is giving me anything. So they are not endorsing me. This is not an advertisement, but you people are my guys now. If you reach out, I'll let you know what's up. I'll be frank with you. There's no reason to form. So, yeah. But apart from that, I also told him, look, if you have AirPods, your in-ear earphones, they're quite fine. Stick them in, record, and see what the quality is like. And if it's cool, it's cool. If people can hear you, then no wahala. So that was my advice to him. That's how the question was. That's how the question we tackled the question. Sorry, excuse me. But however, like I said, sorry, excuse me, I'm recovering from a sore throat. So, but however, like I said, him asking me about microphones, not quite the best use of the time that we have together, because there are some bigger questions involved, some really, really, really bigger questions involved, especially if you're in the real estate space and you are trying to use any kind of content marketing. You're trying to use blogging, you're trying to use podcasting, you're trying to use YouTube videos or whatever it is to move your business forward. So this is the biggest question now, or this is the bigger question. Is equipment, camera, microphone, lighting, ring lights, top light, side light, 3-point lighting system, all these kind of questions. Is this really a significant part, or is this the most important part of your content marketing strategy? I repeat, you say you want to do podcast, you want to do video, you want to do like whatever it is you want to do. Truly, 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 is it microphone? Is it camera lights, camera stand, lighting this, that, light gel? Like, are these the most important part of your content marketing strategy? The answer is no. My brothers and sisters, the answer is no. Whether you're in the real estate space in Abuja or in Lagos or Anambra or wherever, the answer is no. If you're in the financial services sector, the answer is no. It doesn't matter what sector, the answer is no. And that's because in 2026, remember this podcast is dated, I'm recording it in 2026. So if you're listening to this podcast in 2046 or 2056, things might have changed. But right now in 2026, people seem to value low production. People seem to badun, they seem to like, low production value. In other words, your videos don't need to be gishbound, they don't need to be high tech. You understand? In 2026. Now, there was a time, maybe like 15, 20 years ago, where people expected to see your videos with polish. Like your video must be clean. You understand? Like your video must be correct, like you shot it on CNN or Channels TV or something. But the tide has changed in 2026. Low production value is fine. What people are looking for right now is authenticity. That's why some of you dig this podcast, because you're listening and you can tell that, I just whip up my phone and I just shoot it straight. One time, one take. End it and then I upload. No edits, no nothing, no vanish. As you see me, that's how it is. That's what people feel nowadays. And then people are looking for stuff that has a relatable edge. In the beginning, I was worried, but now I've seen that I made the right choice. Like those of you who listen to this podcast, because currently I have 4,300 and something subscribers. The reason why you guys are here is because, you feel my flow. You feel the boy. You're a Niger person. I'm a Niger person. And, we good. We all good. So I can be recording. My children are fighting in the background. I pause the recording. I go and shout at them. I come back. I press play, and it's no biggie. No lele. You guys understand. Because it's just me. We cool. We good. Now, the reason why that's possible is because in 2026, things have changed. Low production value now is fine. So, summary, what I'm trying to say is, if you want to start on a low budget, it's not a problem. If you want to start low production value, it is fine. It is fine. It is fine. So please, for those of you who are thinking, I want to grow my business, whether you are in construction, whether you're in real estate, whether you're in pharmaceutical services, whether you're in wealth advisory, whether you sell catfish, whatever you want to start, and you want content marketing to be a significant part of this journey of growing your sales, growing your business, growing your revenues, please, it is fine. Stop obsessing about equipment. And if you reach out to someone like me, take advantage and ask bigger questions. Don't ask questions around equipment. Now, some of you will be wondering, what are the bigger questions? What are the most important questions? Very good. Let's get straight in. The most important question that you're supposed to ask is anything around your content, around the strategy of content marketing. You want to be sure that your strategy is correct. Because remember, the strategy thrust of his content is he's going to be building content around what people in real estate like to call land banking. That should have been one question. Is this content thrust, is it correct? This strategy, ETAP, is it good? Are we on point? Are we on focus? You understand? That's a bigger question. Another bigger question would have been around the content calendar. Now, the content calendar is where you sit down, use a paper and a pencil, or use a note on your phone or whatever it is, but you sit down and you have a good think with yourself. Who is the audience? Who am I trying to attract? What topics are we going to talk about? What questions will I address? What are the burning issues in the minds of Nigerians who are thinking of buying real estate? You sit down and ask yourself all those questions. Now, by the time you are answering that question, you put in everything on paper, the map that you're going to use to decide what YouTube videos you record and when and things like that. The map go begin to take shape. When it comes to content marketing, what you say and who you are talking to is the most important consideration. Let me repeat. What you say, what will I be saying, and who you are talking to. Those are the most important considerations, and not your equipment, not your microphone. Just in case there are others who are listening and you want to reach out to me, just like Lucky Dube did, and you want to ask me questions around microphone. At least now you know that microphone is not your headache. And like I said, if you want to reach out, the number is 080-6466-2140. Let's have a chat. You want free advice? Not a problem. Remember, I will answer one question only. If you want us to go in depth, we need to sit down. I'll need to book a proper session so that we can go in depth and so I can accompany you on whatever problems it is that you're facing in your business. Now, the reason why the content calendar is key, why we're going to ask ourselves some real hard questions. Who is the audience? What topics do we want to talk about? What questions do we want to answer? What are the burning issues? Then what is our cadence? Are we going to be putting stuff out daily, putting stuff out weekly? If you're going to say you're putting stuff out monthly, in my own opinion, I will say forget it. Don't even start. There's no need. There's no how you're going to pick any traction if you're putting out stuff once a month. There is no need. Don't even bother. That's my own honest opinion. But if you like, you can disregard me. At the very least, please, I beg. Whatever it is you're putting out, be putting it out weekly. Once a month, you're wasting your time. In my own opinion, though. So, now the reason why these are the most important things is because once you get your audience right, like you are targeting the right people, once you get your topic nailed in, you're only answering questions that Nigerians want to hear when it comes to real estate. Okay, he's in Abuja. Nigerians in Abuja, questions that they have around real estate, the burning issues. What will not happen is when you post that thing on YouTube, you will now be getting long dwell times because people will be listening. They'll be saying, who is this guy? Who is this Lucky Dube? Okay. And real estate. Okay. And the guy that makes sense. The guy that makes sense. The guy that makes sense. Now, as people are dwelling on this, your video, let's say your video 15 minutes, on average, people are watching like 10, 12 minutes. Because you're getting good dwell time, long dwell time, YouTube algorithm will say, it be like say this Lucky Dube, it be like say the guy gets sense. So it be like say this content is valuable. So the algorithm now will start sharing it to other people. As the algorithm is recommending it to other people, You know how YouTube does their thing now? Oh, people who watch this video also watch videos like this. They will now go and put your own video there. Or looking for more content in real estate in Abuja, users in Abuja, sorry, listeners, is it listeners? I'll be viewers. Viewers in Abuja also looked at videos like this. Now, as as the YouTube algorithm is doing that, you will now be getting organic growth. Organic just means not paid. You're not harassing anybody. You know they chase anybody. You know advertising. You know nothing. As per you just put it out there. If you think wants to grow, let it grow. If you think wants to perish, let it perish. That's organic growth. You start getting organic growth. Now, the good thing about organic growth is this. When you now see the one that is growing organically, you now know that you can put money behind it. You can boost it. Or you can promote it. That's if you're on Instagram. I think on Instagram there's boost or promote. I can't remember. So you can now put some money behind it. What I'm trying to say is this. If you've been dropping videos, and let's say on average your videos they get like 200 views, 200 views, that one that now gets like 1,500 views, you now see that, okay, it's like there's something here on this video that resonates with people. That's the one that you now go and boost. Because you've seen that one they perform well. In fact, they overperform. Because all your other videos, 200, 200, 100, then this one, 1,005, boost that one. Apart from boosting, the one that performs well organically, 1,500 views, let's say, your early days, that is the one that you now know that, okay, I suppose now make a polished version of that one. That is the one that you can now make a different version. Go and get light, go and get camera, go and get this, go and get that. See maybe the thing will perform well. Or you can record different versions of it. But you can see that when it comes to content marketing, the most important thing, like I said, is your content calendar and the strategy questions around it. Who is your audience? What's the topic? What are the questions? What are the burning issues? These are the main things. And I'm showing you the benefits. Because remember, the whole point of a content marketing strategy is we're not putting out these things so that we can be cute. We're not putting out these things so we can be playing fine boy or playing fine girl. We're putting it out because we want people to see. And when people see, the thing go resonate. When they resonate, then go engage. They go, they drop comments. Then from there, they go enter inside your DM. And then it's from the DM that we have a hope of closing 1 or 2 deals. Please remember, whenever we talk content marketing, putting stuff on YouTube, putting stuff on blog, putting stuff wherever, please remember, the focus is not to be forming fine boy, fine girl. It's not because we want to be forming influencer. No, on their personality. That is not it. The focus is we'll put out stuff and we want the stuff to resonate. We want people to feel us, this thing that we're saying. Then if they feel us, they go they engage, they go they like, they go they share. From the liking and the sharing, 1 or 2 people go enter inside your DM to say, oh boy, how far? Are you available? Are you free? How much? Do you deliver to Sokoto? Do you do this? Do you do this? Do you do that? Then from those 2-3 conversations, you go to close deals, small, small, small. All right? That is the whole point of content marketing. We want to close deals, small, small, small. Do not get distracted. And believe me, it happens to everybody. Because one of the business meetings that I had today was, I'm trying to see how I can get my TV show, and I'm trying to expand my reach to other radio stations. And at some point, Momsi called me. Momsi wanted to have a sit down with me. Said, my son, I hope you're not getting distracted. I hope you're not forming on their personality up and down. And I tell her, Momsi, no, don't worry now. I'm not distracted. I still focused. Now money I define. That the money is the goal. Right? Anybody can get distracted. You know how it is now. People reach out to you and they say, oh, your podcast is awesome, blah, 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 blah. You start feeling like a fine boy. The focus is sales, money, revenue. So the free question that Lucky Dube should have asked me was around refining the strategic issues around his content calendar. Now, this issue of land banking. I said, let me explain this thing. Land banking. To be honest, real estate people, you know how trends come and go. It's like 2025, 2026. That's the trend now in Nigeria. Everybody, they talk land banking, land banking, land banking. But remember the podcast episodes that I spoke about earlier when I was talking about that if we want to be good in sales, we have to talk about things in terms that our potential customers understand. Now, you real estate people, when you say land banking, we now understand, waiting with a yarn. But the thing is, ordinary people like us, when we hear land banking, what we think is, like, what does that mean? What does land banking mean? So I keep telling real estate professionals that, look, you've explained the concept and I think I understand it. But honestly speaking, right, ordinary people, when they buy real estate, they're buying real estate for two reasons, either of two reasons. Number one, they're looking for investment opportunities. They want to buy low, sell high. Somebody wants to buy land in Maitama at 100 million and then keep it for 5 years. Then when the thing don't appreciate, he'll sell it for 1 billion, and then he will pocket. He will now pocket what's that 95 million. Abby, that's what people want to do. Investment. Then another one is home ownership. They're tired of being landlord. So, except if I'm wrong, I know real estate person in Niger that I've spoken to like this has corrected me. These are the two main things: investment or home ownership. Please keep it simple. Stop coming up with all these fancy concepts. When you real estate people are having your meeting, association meeting, you can use all the technical terms you want. But then when you're speaking to customers, please keep it to those two terms, those two things. People are either using real estate as an investment tool, or people are either using real estate to stop answering landlord. They want to do home ownership. So, in my own opinion, all you real estate people, stop this land banking thing. You're sending out flyers and saying land banking, land banking. The average person does not know what land banking means. You are adding an impediment to your sales process. You are putting a term there that you now have to educate somebody on, first of all, before you can even start talking about closing the sale. Now, if land banking is what I understand it to mean, then why not just talk about the investment potential for real estate? So and so areas are underdeveloped. If we grab the thing now and we do partial development, or we build this kind of complex, or build this, we can get, we have the opportunities for income down the line. Why not just say it like that? What is all this land banking all of you are shouting up and down? Land banking, that is inside speak. Remember, the example that I gave is, if on this podcast I keep telling you people, I say, hello, welcome to the podcast. My name is Tavishima Ayede. I'm a conversion rate optimization specialist. You will be like, what? You will not know the meaning of what I said. Technically speaking, I will be correct to say that I am a conversion rate optimization specialist, because I look at your business and I try and see how many deals are you closing, how many people are taking the next step. Let's figure out the problem. Okay, let's see how we can improve those ratios, so that at the end of the day, if you're talking to 10 potential customers, maybe you close the deal with 3 or 4, and then you increase it, to 5 to 6 to 8 out of 10. So if I say I'm a conversion rate optimization specialist, I will be fine. But the thing is, when I use that kind of jargon, it is only people who are in the sales and marketing community that will understand me. Those of you who are listening to this podcast now, who could be my potential customers, you don't know what the hell that means. So, those of you in the crypto space, you should stop talking Web3, Web this, slash protocol, something, none of that. Stop it. Those of you who are web developers, stop talking about UI, UX, front end, back end developers, something. Stop that. People don't understand. Now, those of you in the real estate community, 2025, I've been hearing land banking and no go hear word. 2026, we're now hearing land banking again. Can you guys stop coming up with funny concepts that your customers don't understand? In real estate, people buy real estate in Nigeria. I could be wrong. If I am wrong, any real estate person, please reach out to me. 080-6466-2140. Reach out to me and educate me that there's another class of people who buy real estate in Nigeria. Educate me, please. But as far as I know, people are buying land or people are buying property in Nigeria because, number one, when they see land or they see house, they are thinking investment. I'll buy this thing low, I go sell them high. Or I'll buy this thing and I'll build and then I'll be collecting rent. It may come at 10 million every single year. After 10 years, I break even. So after 10 years, I break even. Anything after that is profit. Then by the time my time is done and, I die and I go, the children will now be enjoying the asset. that I've left behind. So those are the reasons why people buy real estate: investment or home ownership. So speak in those terms. Sorry, today's a long day. Like I said, I'm just recovering from a sore throat. So anyway, for Lucky Dube, these are the questions that we should have been asking. So he actually just wasted his free what's it called? His free question. By the way, Lucky Dube, nobody say I had a yab you or anything. I'm just trying to pass across a message. And of course, I'm also hinting at the things that you should be paying attention to. So when you listen to this podcast, don't just think, now true, I goof. But at least, excuse me, now you know the things that you ought to be researching. So you can use AI tools or start talking to other professionals in your field and then start trying to figure out some of these questions. So we should have figured out, we should have spoken about your content calendar. We should have refined your messaging strategy. Then we should also have asked questions around, we should also should have tried to figure out what your lead generation strategy is going to be for putting out these videos. Remember that a lead is someone who has done something that shows they might be interested in your product or your service. Now, there's no point in putting out podcasts, putting out video, putting out audio, putting out blog posts if there's no strategy to get somebody to raise their hand to show that they might be interested. Because it's from those people who raise their hand, either by downloading something or sliding into your DM or sending you email or something like that. It's from those people that will get the chance to have conversations and we might end up closing a deal. Or else you will find that you're putting up videos on YouTube and you see that you've been putting your videos on YouTube 5 years. You never get one single customer. It happens. There are people that go through that. So you also have to look at your lead generation strategy. Then also to examine the call to actions in your content, in your videos. That's part of your lead generation strategy. The call to action is just what you want people to do next after they consume your content. So these are some of the questions we should have been asking ourselves in the conversation when I said you have one free question. Go. Now, if there's anybody else who is listening to this podcast right now and you are kind of confused about how to use content marketing to grow your business, you're confused or you're curious, it's not a problem. Reach out to me, 080-6466-2140. You can call, you can send me a text message, or you can send me a WhatsApp message. It's okay. It's all cool. If you want free coaching, no problem. Ask, and you are entitled to one question only. But think very hard about what your question is. Because if you ask a question and the question doesn't make sense, I'm not going to advise you and say, ask a different question. I will answer whatever question it is that you ask. So think really hard and fast. But then, if there are other significant issues that need to be explored, like all these things I've spoken about, and you want me to accompany you along that journey, then let's sit down and we'll come up with something. And I'll do my best to make sure that you have all the answers that you need so that you can succeed in your endeavor this year in 2026 or whatever year that you're listening to the this podcast episode. And please remember, if you don't like people telling you something different, please don't reach out to me. Because sometimes people reach out and I can tell that they want me to say, okay, yeah, what you're saying is perfect, even though I don't think it's perfect. If you don't like hearing contrary opinions, I beg, don't reach out to me, because I'm not in the business of massaging egos. I'm not going to tell you everything is cool when clearly I don't think everything is cool. Then, if you're not willing to put in the work, please do not reach out to me. Don't. When we have these conversations, it is my understanding that if we talk on a Friday night and we discuss one or two things, it is my understanding that if I buzz you again on Monday, like around that kind noon or 2 p.m., you would have done one or two things based on the things where we don't discuss on Friday. If you don't like that kind of harassment, that we discuss something on Friday, then Monday, I they chase you, I they harass you, then please don't call me. And it depends. If you're giving me money, then sure, no problem. I'll call you. You didn't do the work, no problem. At least you paid me. So, anybody else who is okay with those terms that I've said, and yeah, then please call me. But I won't massage your ego. I'll tell you the truth as I see fit, and I'm also going to pursue you small because I want to make sure that you make progress in your business. And the reason why is partially because I care about you, but also because I care about myself. I want people to say that, look, that guy, Tavishima, that if you talk to that guy, you will see changes in your life. That is what I want people to say. That's also one of the reasons why I'm chasing you. Because I care about you, or because also I care about me too. All right, so that's it. Thank you very much for your time and attention. I will catch you all at some other time. Let's see. Okay, Friday night. Okay, no problem. I should make one more recording tomorrow. So I'll catch you guys then.